I'm Rob from HopZine.com and thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time looking at something I can't believe I've not reviewed before now. It's a bottle of BrewDog's Trashy Blonde. It's actually probably one of the first BrewDog beers I had. I can't remember, there's two instances. I either had Punk in my mother-in-law's back garden, which I got at the supermarket, or I had me and my wife shared bottles of Trashy Blonde and a well-forgotten beer now called Hop Rocker in North Bar, years and years and years ago now. So it may have been one of the first beers I ever had from BrewDog. 4.1% ABV, pale ale hopped with Simcoe, Amarillo and Moto. Yeah, it's become a bit of intermittent brew for BrewDog as this. Don't see it very often, so I thought, well, I'll place an order. It was very well priced. It was £1 order or something, and I reviewed it. So, beer in the glass, very effervescent, pale, yellowy gold. The head, pure white froth, like whipped up egg whites. It looks like lager-like, and I guess where Punk's an IPA, this is their pale ale. But it has been kind of like maybe overlooked, maybe slightly forgotten because of Dead Pony Club. So anyway, let's check out the aroma. Not a hell of a lot going on. There's not a lot going on. You're getting a slight kind of wheaty note. There's definitely lemon, lime, maybe kind of a fresh ginger, gooseberry, that kind of thing. But it's very faint. I know I haven't given myself a load of headroom. Maybe under-ripened pineapple. Actually, the skin of an unpeeled pineapple. Maybe dandelion. Opening it up a bit now. I mean, I know I'll give myself a little bit more head, but I mean, I wanted to use my BrewDog glass. BrewDog t-shirt as well. Oh yeah. Just if you hadn't noticed. Actually, that really smells very nice. It's just, it's restrained. It's 4.1%, but it's got a lovely freshness to it. So let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah, it's really nice actually. I mean, it's not making you sing and dance. It's a little bit BrewDog like, you know, in a lot of kind of like in a lot of ways. If you look at something like Dead Pony, you can see that it's a bit more kind of assertive, a bit more kind of interesting, I guess. But the malt, I mean the hops, I think they're really nice. Kind of hops. I'm a big fan of Moto and Amarillo. Simcoe, if it's used well, I think it contributes something really nice. I think it does to this. And as far as flavours go, I said very crisp. It's got a kind of like lemon kind of sherbet thing going on. Definitely loads of once again unripened pineapple, I'd say. It's got a slightly, in that sense, it's got a slightly more watery edge. Not quite as full and juicy. It's quite dry. It's got a sweetened lemon note. Definitely kind of wheaty. I wonder what. Yeah, actually on the website. Sorry, I'm just getting my phone out for the because they do a really good job of giving you a look like the brew sheet on there. So the malt, so Marisota. See, that's an interesting Marisota. When I think of BrewDog, I don't think of Marisota. I think they primarily they might have changed. This beer might be different to the brew sheet actually. But when you think of Marisota, you think of more traditional beer, British beer, and I think they're more inclined to use some like a more less characterful two-row malt, similar to what you get in America. Caramel, Munich, very simple. It's very similar. That is my malt bill for the pale ales and IPAs that I've ever brewed. That is actually exactly the same. Marisota, Munich and Cara. That's what Evan from Colonel told me. You can kind of see a bit of that in there. So it's got a mild kind of English wheat beer note to it. It's got, not opposed to a German Weiss beer. It's got a lagery component to it, and it's also got a really nice hop flavour to it. drinkable, quaffable. But if I'm going to be completely honest, I think BrewDog have moved on beyond this beer, and I think they bring this back once in a while as a little kind of like doff of the hat to the people who've been around for a while, and maybe you've got a bit of a fondness for this beer. Lovely, sessionable. Put this side by side with a beer like Dead Pony Club. I think you can have really two nice contrasting beers that people who rock up to their bars are definitely going to enjoy because low ABV. 4.1 BrewDog aren't known for those low ABV beers, but I think it's kind of beer that definitely has a place on one of the taps in their bars. And a beer that can definitely appeal to a more casual kind of beer drinker. Somebody who turns up there thinking, oh, that's a cool looking bar, I'll pop in there and have a pint. And the name appeals to the man on the street as well. I mean, it's a little bit provocative, it's a bit silly, but what the hey, it's a decent beer, if slightly unremarkable. So that's a bottle of Trashy Blonde from BrewDog in Ellen in Aberdeenshire. 4.1% ABV. Says on the bottom, you know you shouldn't. But at 4.1, you can have as many as you want. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. See you next time. Cheers.